Afternoon intuitives. Kept you waiting, huh? I know. For those of you that are regular viewers of this channel, I am pretty good about posting a video every day. Been MIA for the past 2 days and not active in answering questions either, which is also unlikely. I'm a small channel, but I'm very responsive to my viewers and especially my subscribers. So, given that this is early February, 'tis the season, I've been down with a severe cold for the past 2 days. And I don't get sick often, but in true INFJ fashion, which is a major topic of my channel, even when I get sick, it's an all or nothing thing. There's none of that a little sick, half a cold. It's all or nothing, full on. And I want to take a break from my regular content to make this video because it is cold season and many people are seeking natural cold remedies, and they didn't have, given some of my background and upbringing, herbs and natural remedies have been a big part of my life, my whole life. And this is especially true for those of us that have relatives of an older generation that's from, quote, the old country. When I was little, I had relatives from Italy that were still around. So I want to do a video today that is how to get over the common cold in 2 days. But quick disclaimer, not a doctor. So I am not dispensing any medical advice. I am not advising that anybody use what I'm about to talk about. This is simply my opinion. I implore you to do your own research on anything I talk about and speak to the correct professionals. In the rest of this video, I am simply going to discuss what I do as an adult for myself. And I'm not recommending this for anybody else. Do your own research. And I'm going to be that guy this video. The thing that helps me the most, not encouraging, the thing that helps me the most, I'm saving for last, so you watch till the end. I know, I gotta be that guy. But this video is gonna reach a broader audience, and a lot of people make videos on how to get over the common cold and stuff, but how many of them actually get in front of a camera when you can tell that they are, just getting over a cold, as you can clearly see and hear with me. I know my voice is gravelly, but not this gravelly. So stick out, watch to the end. You'll get some pretty, possibly decent advice of how to get rid of a common cold in 2 days. At least that works for this guy. But again, not giving advice. Do your own research, speak to your own professionals. But I'm going to tell you what works for me. So one, and some of these things is just good in general. One is with a common cold, you want to boost your immune system because a cold is a virus. It is not bacterial. So going to the doctor and getting antibiotics for a common cold is not going to help you. All it will do is increase your resistance to those antibiotics when you have a bacterial infection like strep throat and you need those. They will not work as well because a cold is a virus. Antibiotics do not work on viruses. But to boost your immune system, elderberry, they make it in tinctures. You can buy elderberry syrup. I simply got the gummies because got it at my discount grocery store for $1.50, and at that price, how can you say no? But yes, elderberries, big help. Take the serving recommendation all the time if you want. It boosts your immune system. One that everybody knows about too, vitamin C. Again, I got this for $1. Vitamin C, there's all kinds of different vitamin C supplements. Boost your immune system. Take it as recommended. Do your own research, but in general, vitamin C does help. Echinacea, which is most famous in semi-modern time from the airborne supplements. Echinacea also boosts your immune system. There's also some research that I read that suggests that it shorts the duration of colds. Another really important one that I don't have in front of me, I had a little bit, but I used it, is zinc. Zinc supplements would be like the Zicam products or Coldies products. They're natural zinc containing products. I found that they work well. What I'm going to discuss at the end, I think works even better for me, but that's just my opinion. Do your own research. But the zinc products do work well in shorting the duration and the severity of a cold if you use them right when you think, ooh, I'm getting sick. Not like, no, I'm not getting sick. And then you wait 3 days and it's like, oh, you're full on sick, but it's like, I think I'm getting sick. I'll start now. No, you have to do it right at the first sign. But they have been helpful. Another big one, even though you're not taking antibiotics, just for immune health, and they're good for you in general, is probiotics, like in kombucha. Kombucha tastes good. It's fizzy. I like it. Yes, it's best to get like the locally made stuff from your local farmer's market, but when you get a 6 pack of these for $2, like I do, it's hard to say no to the big brand instead. So kombucha can help not only boost your immune system, but it helps with your digestive health as well. And another main thing to keep in mind when you believe you are about to come down with a cold or you already have a cold is hydration. So, the old drink plenty of fluids thing actually is very important. So you want to ensure that you're well hydrated. It'll also, some research suggests that being well hydrated will help pass that virus through your body faster. So drink as much water as you can, and it's also important to have electrolytes, Gatorade, Powerade, Pedialyte, Propel. You all know what electrolyte supplements are, whatever you prefer. Make sure you have plenty of electrolytes when you believe you are coming down with a cold. It's also important to fight dehydration, because a lot of times when you're sick, you don't feel like really drinking or eating or anything like that. Stay away from things that will dehydrate you, like alcohol, coffee, soda. Anything caffeinated, or at least heavily caffeinated, will go the other way. um, I forgot to bring my big box down here, but another thing that can help if you believe you are coming down with a cold and getting sick is switch from coffee to tea, because there's some natural, I forget what they're called, but there's natural things in tea that also boost your immune system. So fortunately for me, I switched to tea many years ago because coffee was aggravating my acid reflux. So I didn't bring my big box of PG Tips down, but for those of you that listen to my channel from across the pond, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, it is, I like PG Tips. It's, good, inexpensive tea, and it is the UK's most popular tea for a reason. Of course, there are better tasting brands, but when you're talking price as well, you get big box. The big box is literally this big. It's the most British thing you've ever seen, because they don't sell boxes of tea that big here. So tea instead of coffee when you think you're getting sick, it can certainly help. Another big thing with probiotics, not everybody, most people know what kombucha is, but also eating yogurt, it's good for you. It helps your digestive, the live active cultures. We all know what yogurt is. I wasn't going to bring a big thing of yogurt out from the fridge just to show you, because yogurt needs to be refrigerated. I don't want it sitting here while I'm making a video. So yes, yogurt is also a big help. So what am I saving the best for last? What do I personally, not giving advice, but what for me helps me, if I take it right when I first feel like I'm getting a cold, keeps the cold at a shorter duration, makes it less severe, makes me feel pretty much, if not better, able to get up and do things in 2 days. And it is something that has been around for thousands of years. It is a very old remedy. It is very inexpensive. And a lot of people swear by it. But again, you must do your own research and use at your own risk. But for me personally, colloidal silver. I've used colloidal silver for years. There's a lot of information, both good and bad, out there about colloidal silver. What I will say, because you're going to do your own research, is colloidal silver is antibacterial, antimicrobial, and also antiviral. So it actually fights viruses. There's all kinds of colloidal silver out there. I will say, again, to do your own research, but, some of it is yellow like this. That is true colloidal silver. There is ionic silver and silver chloride out there. Different types of silver. You want to do your research and see which one that you feel is the best. But I use true colloidal silver, when I feel like I'm getting sick. I'm not going to tell you how much I take, because you have to do your own research as to how much. I will say that it is a heavy metal and you should not overtake it even when you feel you're becoming ill. And it is something that personally I wouldn't suggest taking every day. It's for when you feel you are becoming ill, because your body can only process so much heavy metals at one time. But I will say that I've personally, as recently as today, put a dropper full down each nostril, and it cleared out my nose. Yes, very stuffy, very very annoying as well. There's other things that can help with that as well. Quick side note, because I always do a side note, for stuffy noses, for those of you that want to stay away from like Afrin and things that if you overuse it will make your stuffy nose worse, you know, mentholated inhalers that are just menthol, you know, makes your nose open up a little bit. Can also, if you can breathe in deep enough, the menthol vapors get down into your throat, help with your sore throat. But my personal main remedy for when I feel like I'm getting sick to prevent me from, having a full-on cold and then thus get rid of that cold faster is colloidal silver, which I take a few times a day during that time. You know, I've done my research about it. I've used it most of my life, but it has antiviral properties that can help with things like the common cold. It's something you have to do your own research about and be careful with, but I found this much more effective than products like Zicam and Coldies. That's my personal opinion. Additionally, I'm going to link a few videos from a channel called Big Family Homestead. They've done a lot of videos about colloidal silver that I found to be very informative. These are people I do not know, and in fact, they are very different from me. They are libertarian Christians running a homestead, but they're entertaining and they have some good material, particularly about colloidal silver. So if you're interested in colloidal silver and you're doing your own research, here would be some good videos to start with when doing your own research. But colloidal silver's antiviral properties are very useful, when one has a common cold. There's a reason why this stuff has been around as long as it has and people still use it. There's some controversy about it. It is something that people do misuse, and that's something you have to learn in your own research. But given that it's cold season and I've been down for 2 days, I thought that I would give my personal opinion about what I do to get up and running again in 2 days when I have a common cold. One last time, I'm going to say I'm not giving medical advice or any advice at all. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm simply stating what I, as an adult, do when I feel like I'm getting a cold, and I'm going to implore you to do your own research before using any remedy. Now, I will say real quick, there are times perhaps, you have to get up and moving and the natural remedies just aren't cutting it. You need some kind of over-the-counter medicine, to be able to go to work. You can't take time off. I've been in those situations. I do recommend Alka-Seltzer Cold and cough. That is my personal favorite of the over-the-counter treatments. I'm not saying, I'm recommending in that, like, if you asked me what do, of the over-the-counter cold medicines, what is my favorite? This is my favorite. I've used it for many years as well. I am aware, that most of them have aspirin in it, and I try to avoid NSAIDs when possible because I do have acid reflux disease. The reason I like this specific one, severe cold and flu, and I'll put it up there. You see, this one doesn't have aspirin. It has acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, and if you're not in the U.S., it's pack. It starts with a P. I forget what it is. Forgive me for my viewers across the pond. Pactemerol or something like that. But anyway, it's acetaminophen instead of aspirin. Acetaminophen is not an NSAID, and it has all the other, you know, medicines in it that Alka-Seltzer Colton Plus has, and the ones that do contain aspirin for fever, body ache, cough, nasal congestion, runny nose, and sore throat. So when natural remedies aren't enough and, they're taking their time to work, but I need something in the short term that can get me up and moving and out the door to work, this is personally what I choose. Do your own research into what you can handle given your conditions you may or may not have, like high blood pressure, things of that nature. There are medicines you cannot take, especially when always consult your doctor or medical professional about any supplements you're going to take, but especially over-the-counter medications, as they are different than natural supplements. And again, I am not a doctor. I was about to say I'm not a medical professional, but I am an EMT, but that's not relevant here. So just wanted to give my 2 cents in what I do, to get over a cold in cold season, what has worked for me. I implore you, not to take my word for it, but to do your own research into these products and see what is best for you. So stay healthy out there. Boost your immune system any way you can. It is cold season, and yes, it's flu season too. There are worse things out there than cold. So hopefully you found this video informative, and I hope that you'll check out some of my videos on other subjects. They're organized in playlists, so give my channel a shot, watch older videos, and stay safe, stay healthy, and know, have your own regimen of what to do when you feel like you're getting a cold in cold season.